faina, kad susirinkot visi. Pradžioje tai kol kas mes prisistatysim su Roku. Aš esu Edgaras, čia yra Rokas. Mes esam iš... Jėzau, daug dalykų šiaip gyvenime daroma, ne?
Aš nežinau, gal geriau yra klausimas žmonėms, ar yra kas nežino, kas mes esam.
Ja.
Tai gerai, tai tada visi viską žino, tai tada galim ir per daug neišplėsti. Hebra, šiaip pirmas dalykas, ačiū, kad atvarėte į Comic-Con Baltics. Šiaip kas pirmą dieną šiandieną esate? Ok, yra dalis, kas jau trečią dieną jau iš eilės einat. O, irgi rankų miškas. Ok, tai tikrai jau matėte daug dalykų, kas vyksta. Ar buvot kažkas tai vakar ar užvakar pokalbėje su Sani? Yra tokių, ar ne? Tai gerai.
Jums reikės realiai tą patį dabar klausytis.
Jeigu mes kartosimės, tai Hebra, tavo biškį tyliau skamba mikrofonas, pastebėjai?
Jo, tai aš labiau rėksiu. Jo, šiaip su Roku dirbam Power Hit Radio, galite mus girdėti, esame ir Žaidimų Balso podcast'o dalis, vedėjai, nežinau, kaip čia geriau pranešti. Ir patys buvom labai apsidžiaugę ir džiaugiamės, kad galėsim galų gale pasišnekėti su Saniu, žmogum, kuris, man atrodo, imponuoja tiek man, tiek Rokui, ir šiaip įdomu bus sužinoti, ką jisai daro savo gyvenime, kaip atrodo ta profesija iš truputėlį gilesnės perspektyvos, ne?
Jo, tai svarbiausias dalykas, kad irgi tikimės, kad šitame visame pokalbėje, ką mes moderuosime su Edgaru, kad jūs irgi patys įsitrauksite, drąsiai irgi galvokite klausimus, galvokite kažkokius pastebėjimus. Mes šiaip daugiau su Edgaru tarėmės, kad pakalbėsime daugiau iš God of War pusės, pakalbėsime, koks tas darbas yra, iš ką reiškia vaidinti žaidime. Ir aišku, esame pabaigai paruošę tokių klausimėlių biškį iš jo asmeninio gyvenimo. Tai pažiūrėsime, kaip jisai atsakys.
Nu ir paprašysim, kad garsų dabar padarytumėt. Can we please welcome Suljic to the
Ladies and gents, welcome Sunny! Louder! So Sunny, your microphone is right here.
Okay.
It's working, please.
What's up, guys? Yeah!
Sunny, so it's your already, I think, third or fourth day in Lithuania, right?
Yeah.
We heard that you had a very nice night yesterday.
I did have a great night. Yeah, I had some great food, some great drinks, and got to enjoy myself last night.
For the people who don't know, the Comic-Con usually has basically like a tradition. Guests who come to Comic-Con Baltics, they usually go to the local bars and, you know, eat our local foods and stuff like that. And I think you tried the local dish, the called beetroot soup, or not?
Yeah, I tried
the pink soup.
Yeah, it was really good.
How was it?
It was really good. I mean, my mom's Polish, so I grew up eating like borscht and stuff. So
Okay. So
I'm yeah, it's nothing new to me.
Yeah. All right. We also want to talk, obviously, not just about Lithuanian foods, but also about Sunny's career and the stuff he has done. Preparing for this conversation, a lot of people actually just told me to ask you this question. Very simple question. Are you a gamer yourself? Do you play video games? Are you interested in video games?
Yes, I do play video games. I play mostly like first person, like shooter games.
Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Warzone, right?
Yeah, I was big on Fortnite.
Okay.
But are you like more of a story mode player or let's say a multiplayer player?
I mean, it depends on the game. I mean, God of War, for example, you know.
Yeah, obviously. Have you played it, by the way?
Yeah, I have played it. I haven't finished Ragnarok yet. And then for the first game, I really can't play it because I can't watch myself.
That's the thing. That's the weird thing, because you're always playing, and do you hear yourself, or does your mind basically mute it, you know?
Oh, I cannot mute it. I hear it in the back of my head everywhere, and it's so annoying to me sometimes. So like, honestly, I remember when I was playing it for a little bit and I was doing one of these puzzles and I kept hearing myself do the hints.
Yeah.
I got my remote and I turned it down, all the way down. I was just like, all right, I'm going to play this without any audio because I can't hear myself sometimes.
In the past, you have mentioned that auditioning for Atreus was one of your first ever auditions, and I wanted to ask you did you have any idea you're going to be in a video game the first time you auditioned for the role of Atreus?
I had no idea. I mean, it was like fake names, fake everything. Actually, I'm pretty sure my character name said X on it or something.
Okay.
So it was very discreet. They didn't say anything about it. And then I think maybe the fourth audition or fourth callback, I had to sign an NDA because they told me. Because you can get.
That was like a top secret, right?
Yeah.
So, but how much of competition you had whilst applying for that role? How many people were that, in the participation process of that role you have right now?
I'm not sure exactly, but I'm pretty sure this is like a wild estimate, but I think it was like 1,000 or like 5,000 people.
5,000 people.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I could be
Yeah.
wrong, but I remember hearing that.
But that's still
somewhere.
a lot.
Oh my God, yeah.
But we have to mention that the first edition was like a while back. It was like 10 or 9 years ago, or no?
Yeah.
The
How
first
old
one.
were you
Jesus.
at that moment?
I was 8.
8 years old.
Yeah.
Holy moly!
Yeah.
What did you feel? What did you think whilst going for that? Whilst applying for that role? When you were 8 years old, you barely understand what's happening in the world.
Yeah, I didn't really. I mean, I think I mean, the project was 4 years. I was working on the project for 4 years, so it was 8 through 12, and I think it took me 4 years to really process it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, when I first booked it, I wasn't like really aware of, like how big the franchise was, and I didn't even really know like what, or like how technical the filming experience is with the video game. Because I mean, I would play like GTA and stuff before, and I had no idea how it was made, so it was cool to kind of like be behind the scenes and see how it's.
Right now, since you have like a lot of experience, what do you think are the key differences between acting in a video game, acting in a movie or a TV show? What are do you think are the biggest differences?
I think it's just while filming a video game, you have to use your imagination more because you don't really have much to work with. You're on like an empty stage, and you just have like a bunch of dots on you, and you're just with your other co-stars. So, I mean, most of the time you'll just be in like an empty room with a bunch of cameras on you, and then you have to visualize like the whole layout of the scene. So.
But is it more difficult to act whilst you have some, machinery on your head?
Yeah, that's also like the thing I wanted to ask about motion capture suits, because all we see are those like motion capture suits which you get in with the big thingy on your head.
Yeah.
Are they as uncomfortable as they look, or is it actually pretty okay?
They're more uncomfortable than they look. Yeah,
Really?
They're very uncomfortable. They're actually pretty heavy. So, I mean, technically, yeah, I was getting like a workout while I was doing the scenes.
Okay.
But I mean, I guess after a while I got used to it. But yeah, no, it's hard to be mobile because I mean it feels like you're in the Matrix, like with like a wire like strapped to your neck. So
Oh yeah, you have a wire right behind you.
you have a
right?
wire connected to like a pack somewhere, so like you can't really move much. But honestly, I tried my best to not let it distract me.
I have a question, Sunny. Whilst you're acting, well, you obviously have a specific voice in the game, right? But whilst you're acting, do you have to change your voice, or you speak as you do in the game? You speak in normal life?
I feel like it's a little more animated, just because I feel like with acting you kind of have to just give it a little more flavor.
Yeah.
So I mean, even like in a normal conversation, I'll like. In the game, at least, I would kind of make it more, not theatrical, but I would capitalize on like certain words.
Yeah, you give a little bit more emotion.
Yeah, exactly.
But was that a difficult part to kind of get into that role, to give a certain feeling to that voice?
Yeah, definitely. I would say especially too while I was in like the voice recording booth instead of on the mocap stage, because being in the booth you're just looking at a page with a bunch of words on it, and then you have to bring it to life.
Yeah.
So that's probably the hardest.
Would you say the biggest part of your job as a character for Atreus was not actually being in the mocap suit, but actually doing the voice lines?
Yeah,
because I imagine you probably spend a lot of time in the booth just doing simple voice lines, but like in different tones or like in different ways.
Oh my God, yeah. You could not imagine how many times I would say the most simple like sentence in like 500.
Can you give us like an example?
Exactly. But give that example in your Atreus voice.
I think my Atreus voice is my voice, so. or okay, so like when I would say like my arrow, my mistake, there would be different ways where I would say like my arrow, my mistake, or my arrow, my, you know what I mean? Like different different words I would punctuate on. So I would probably do like different lines.
But how would your day look? Because I imagine if you come in the morning to the recording booth, you can't really just go from the morning to the evening just doing the voice lines, because your voice usually gets drained, you know?
Oh no, they have all that prepared.
Really?
They have teas, they have certain like throat coats, they have everything.
Okay.
So I'll just be in there from morning to night.
Jesus, that's a very draining job, because I probably imagine if after the whole day of just doing the recording booth, you would walk out of the stage really tired.
Well, I mean, at times I felt like I was in like an insane asylum, because I'm like in this little booth and I'm repeating the same lines over and over and over for like hours, and you kind of just grow crazy at a certain point. So like sometimes it wouldn't even be my voice that would be strained. It's just like me, like kind of.
Have you ever been at this moment where you say you wanted to quit, to say, you know, enough is enough?
Yeah, this is not for me.
Yeah, I want to quit.
Nah, never.
So
I mean, there that would be a lie to say like there weren't parts where I was like drained and I was exhausted, but honestly, I didn't mind it, because the thing is like to be a part of such an amazing game that so many people can play and like enjoy. I'm honestly more honored. So that would kind of switch in my head every time I would feel like that. You know what I mean? I still have a goal to have the best performance. But.
I'm really interested, how was school after the first game launched? Obviously, everybody now knows that you were in God of War, one of the biggest games of the year. How was just going to school? Do kids actually call you Atreus, call you boy maybe in school and stuff like that?
It's funny because when the first one came out, I didn't really tell anyone.
Okay. Nobody knew that, right?
Nobody knew, because I don't know. I was just like, I never would really like post anything like on my Instagram.
What was the first reaction when people realized that you're the guy from the God of War?
The craziest thing is, I remember I was going to a store, and I think I was asking like one of the people that worked there for like soup or something. I don't know, like. And someone turned around and they were like, "You're Atreus," but they didn't even see me. They just heard my voice.
Yeah.
And I got recognized just from like them hearing my voice.
What was their reaction? What was their reaction?
My reaction or
theirs? Theirs, yeah.
Oh, they were flipping out. But I was flipping out as much as they were, because I was so like caught off guard that I got recognized just from me like talking to somebody else, and they overheard. So.
Nice.
Like seeing the first game and now the second game of Ragnarok, how do you think your performance changed? Was maybe the second game even easier, since you already had the whole experience with the first game?
I would definitely say I was, I mean, I was already used to, I already knew all my co-stars. We were already, you know, like super close at this point. And I mean, honestly, it just felt like my like family on set. So I think it was a little bit easier, and I feel like I had more input on the character, because I was obviously more aware, and I was able to watch the first game and see how I could improve it. It was 50-50, because also my character around the second game for Ragnarok, it had my character obviously had more lines, more scenes.
It was actually playable.
Yeah, exactly.
In the big game of.
And I was super excited when I found out. But yeah, I mean, there was still a lot of pressure, because I mean, so many people are playing the game, and if I like every time I like do one,
the whole world plays this game.
Yeah, so it felt like a lot of weight on my shoulders, but I was prepared. I was definitely more prepared the second time around.
I was always wondered, and can you tell me, like, because I imagine if you're doing the voice lines or you're in the motion capture suit, you know, acting and doing the role, how much input do you have? I imagine there's like a director telling you what to do, how to say it, and stuff like that. But can you just go like, oh, I actually have a better idea how to voice these lines? And do directors actually listen to your ideas, to your inputs?
Yeah, do you have some certain freedom?
Yeah.
At least I think I do.
All right.
But yeah, no, I mean, everyone's super cool. I mean, any suggestion is I mean, everyone's very open to suggestions and like ways that we can make the scene better. And also like even Matt Sophos, one of the narrative directors on the game, he was, I mean, he really did not mind like improv and, you know, just feeling the character more. It was mostly just about like, you know, getting the emotion out of me and whatever I could do, that would work best. So if we had to change a certain line or, you know, do a different move or whatever, they were super open to that.
Yeah, well, if you don't mind changing the topic a little bit, I wanted to ask you, well, you're a gamer yourself, right? You play video games. You mentioned you play first-person shooters, you play Call of Duty, you played God of War, obviously. What do you think is the best game out of all, excluding God of War, okay? What is your favorite gaming experience you ever had so far?
Probably.
That's a difficult question. It can be Fortnite, it's alright.
It's probably, I hate saying that it's
alright.
Fortnite, but
I mean, it's a big game.
It is probably Fortnite, but it's not the game itself though. It's like the memories I created. Because I remember like when it first came out and I was like, you know, I would call my friends and like, it was more just like who I was playing with at the time. So I guess I have like a nostalgia attached to that. And, more than the game itself, but...
What do you think about such games as, for example, The Last of Us?
I haven't played.
You haven't played it?
I haven't played it.
Holy moly.
I know, I gotta play it.
Holy moly, man. You should really play it. Do you agree, guys?
I mean, The Last of Us probably, if you take The Last of Us and you take God of War Ragnarok, that kind of has a lot of similarities, you know, because you have Kratos, you have Atreus, and you have
emotional attachments.
Yeah.
Joel, you have
duels,
Ellie.
And they're also like both very story-based games. One thing I wanted also to ask about NDAs, maybe some of the people who are listening, who are watching us right now, they don't really know what an NDA is. So basically, if you start like sign a contract, start working on a video game, start acting, for a certain period of time, you cannot tell anyone about that you're actually working on God of War and stuff like that. How does that work? Do you not just some days you just want to, you know, like tell your closest friends or, you know...
Or just give a little hint,
Yeah,
you know?
just give a little hint.
I'm working on something.
Yeah, I'll, if I wanted to tell my friends, I would text through WhatsApp, because it's encrypted, so...
Have you ever done that?
That's the secret thing.
No, I haven't done that, but actually that's a good idea. But yeah, no, I mean, it is weird though, because it's like, it also creates that thing too, where like someone tells you not to say something and then you really want to say it.
Oh yeah.
So, but I mean, obviously I think like in the middle when I was even filming the first one and when I was doing the second one too, I obviously told my friends, but like, actually, no, I didn't.
Yeah, of course. I mean, shut those cameras off.
I mean, you could be working on God of War, the next game already, but you just cannot tell us right now. Yeah, see?
Look at him, he's quiet
he keeps
now.
quiet, yeah. Also, I also wanted to ask, how did your parents react when they actually knew that you're going to be in a video game? And this might be actually your future job.
I think, honestly, my mom, I mean, she was obviously super excited. She's not really invested into video games, so she didn't know like how much of an impact this would have on my life. I think my sister was actually probably more excited because she knew about God of War. Yeah. She was like, no way, like. So I mean, we were all super excited, but I feel like it's. I think definitely during like Ragnarok, I got more of that. Fulfillment, I guess, because I felt more involved with the project and everything, so it was a lot more exciting.
Plus, you were older at that time, so obviously you understand things better. But also, as far as I remember, in 2018, if I remember correctly, you were nominated for BAFTA Best Gaming Performer, something like that, for this kind of nomination. Yeah. Am I correct? Yeah. How does it feel to be nominated for such an acting award?
Dude, it's honestly unreal. Cause I didn't even know, like, when I went to the BAFTAs and everything, I still didn't even really know how big the game was. So when I went to all these events, I was super surprised and just like, I don't know, I was really overwhelmed.
Because you're together with all those actors in one room, right?
Yeah,
And they're all superstars to you as well. And you're a superstar as well.
Yeah, I guess so.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but it just hit me, the idea. You could be a very good superhero. Because you already have the experience of actually, because as I saw like superhero movies, when they do the scenes with the superheroes, correct me if I'm wrong, we usually just have like these stupid suits and the building is not actually falling down, it's all the CGI stuff and basically the actors have to imagine everything. So you could be a superhero because you already went to the whole Atreus arc.
I know, and I am like super strong. So
you're a half god, right?
I mean, you could be very fast, you know, like a superhero who runs very fast.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it just depends on what it is, because also I don't want to be like typecasted though too, because like if you do like Spider-Man or something, it's hard to like, you can't really, it's harder to do other projects like...
So basically, if after Tom Holland, you're in the next Spider-Man, you can't really do any other projects?
I mean, you can, but it's different because people will always see you as Spider-Man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, you kind of get typecasted. But I mean, obviously, if Marvel hit me up and they were like, let's make you a superhero, I would love to.
Yeah, you would probably.
But
sorry, apologies. But Sunny, do you understand that if you didn't get this role whilst you were 8 years old, your life would probably be a whole lot different, right? How does this make you feel when you know that well, probably in let's say 5 years you'll get something else. You'll probably be in the next God of War game and the next one later. How does this make you feel? Well, basically your whole life is, you know, planned.
You got it all set up, you know? You're sitting on a bag of money right now. In the future, for the future, probably. I don't know, but probably. It kind of seems like, because you're doing a very good job.
well, yeah, I gotta just make sure I don't fuck it up.
Yeah.
Sorry, mess it up. Yeah, I mean, I am very grateful, like for the for everything that I've been able to do, yeah, I'm looking forward to the future of.
Do you see yourself, because we're talking a lot about like video games, but I know you also have been in other movies and stuff like that. You're a big skateboarder, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
What would you say would be a nicer role for you, to be in a, I don't know, next Tony Hawk game as a skater or something like that, or maybe star in a different kind of type of movie or like say a show?
Honestly, I'm pretty open to doing like any projects right now. I mean, I'm still specific on like what films I do, but my sister and I are actually working on a script right now.
Okay.
So once the strike is over, then we're gonna start working on it.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I'd love to do a show. I've never done a show in my life. So I mean, I've done movies and voice acting and stuff, but I think doing a show would be pretty cool. So.
Would you say doing a movie is a bit easier than doing like the whole video game? Because you were in the movie with this, you were also pretty young, A24 Productions, right?
A24, yeah.
Yeah, they did a movie if you were like in a skater gang.
Yeah, mid-90s.
How was it? I mean, comparing to the whole video game, is doing a movie like that a bit easier, or maybe it's actually more work?
It's different. I mean, there's both sides to it, because I mean, with the video game, like, yeah, it's long sometimes, but I mean, when you're working on a project for such a long time, you already are so comfortable with the character. With the movie, you have, I mean, most of the time you're shooting like 3 to 4 months.
Yeah.
And it's a lot quicker. You have less time. There's more deadlines to it, so you have to make sure that like once you film it, it's done. You know what I mean? With the video game, you have more mobility to like re-record certain lines. I can watch some things back and then go back to it a year later if I wanted to. You know what I mean? Yeah. But with the movie, it's like it's that take and then that's it. But I think they're both different. I wouldn't say one is easier than the other. I think they both have their own. You know, like struggles, I guess. But I mean, I love doing both.
Sunny, what is like to, well, as a famous person, I'm changing the topic again.
Yeah.
But what is it like to be as a famous person as you are, and what it's like on social medias? Do you get a lot of attention from girls, boys, whatever, I don't know, but do you get a lot of attention, and what kind of attention is it? Is it all gaming related, or is it like personal related?
It's all different. I mean, some people recognize me from skating, some people recognize me from movies.
Does it ever get annoying?
No, it doesn't get annoying because I mean this is what I signed up for. Like I mean, I think that like for me to, I've seen celebrities too where they're like assholes to like their fans and stuff, and I'm like, dude, like you knew what you were getting, type of thing. But I don't think it really gets annoying. Obviously, I'm not like Michael Jackson famous where everywhere I have to go, I'm like...
Yeah, you have to cover your face.
But, yeah, I mean, I think with any publicity, you're going to have good attention and bad attention. People are going to say bad things and people are going to say good things. Like, you can't be loved by the world, so...
Exactly. Nowadays, I think, I don't know if we can call it a trend, but it kind of seems like but more and more famous actors go into video games. We had Keanu Reeves in Cyberpunk, and we're getting more and more like, famous worldwide actors in video games. Do you think it might be a trend that in the future, I don't know, maybe 5 or 10 years into the future, we'll see like the A-listers actually go into video games? I'm talking like Brad Pitt's, like DiCaprio and stuff like that.
Yeah, I definitely think so. Because the way that video games are going right now, it's like a playable movie. You know what I mean? So, I mean, especially with like the quality and everything, it looks so realistic. So, I mean, I don't see why not. And I'm pretty sure a lot of actors are hopping onto that.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, we should probably ask Brad Pitt, but if a producer comes to Brad Pitt and says, hey, I would like you to be in a video game, I'm not sure his first reaction is going to be, yeah, sure, let's do it. Because, I mean, I kind of think that some of the actors, maybe even the older ones, they see video games as this, niche place where it's video games are video games and we're always going to stay video games. They're not going to be like Hollywood movies and stuff like that. But it's kind of nice to see famous actors actually joining. But Keanu Reeves, I think at Cyberpunk was one of the biggest
Idris
ones.
Elba.
Idris Elba, yeah, exactly. He also joined the gang.
What else? There's someone else as well.
On the Death Stranding.
Norman Reedus. Norman Reedus from The Walking Dead.
He did the Death Stranding.
Have you watched?
Yeah.
So that's the cool thing with more famous actors. But I mean, how do you think? How many years do we have to wait till like those A-listers join up to the video game community and projects? 10, 15, 20?
Nah, I don't think so. I think maybe like
short time.
Yeah, I think it's short time. I mean, I feel like video games just recently though too. I mean, within the past like 10 years have evolved like rapidly, and I think it's now getting the recognition that it deserves. So I think people are really starting to like appreciate like video games and like what goes into it. So
it's a big industry.
Yeah.
But Sunny, who are the main actors that you look forward to? Who are your like, gods of acting that you look forward to, that you try to learn from? Maybe someone from the Hollywood, someone from the movies, not only from video games.
I love Al Pacino, or no, not Al. Wait, is that his?
Yeah.
Al Pacino. Sorry, I was thinking if I was saying his name on like a movie. Al Pacino, Leonardo DiCaprio is also really good.
Oh yeah.
Brad Pitt. Nicole Kidman. Dude, there's so many great actors. But yeah, probably. Actually, I really like Robert De Niro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But do you try to learn from them? Is there something like something specific that you try to learn from specific actors, or you try to gain knowledge from them, or in any way you learn from them?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like just even like watching the movie, seeing how they react in certain scenes, because everyone has their own flavor to it. Like I'll definitely get inspiration, but I'll watch certain movies too, depending if like, let's say if I were to do a project that's a drama or something, I'd probably, watch some drama movie.
Yeah, exactly, because probably in the beginning, when you began as Atreus, you didn't have a lot of experience in acting.
Yeah.
Probably. Am I wrong? Well, basically, you didn't have a lot of experience before, right? Because you were young and so on.
Yeah,
so you still have to watch those movies, as you've mentioned. You watch specific scenes from those movies, and you learn from those actors how to react and how to act in some certain situations, right?
Yeah. I mean, also when you start working on like any project too, like a movie or video game or whatever, they'll give you, like certain things to watch or certain things to research or, search up and stuff, just so you can have a better idea of the character or, a certain way they want you to play the character. So.
Can you answer this question, this whole mystery? I'm pretty sure that not everybody knows how this name Boy came into God of War.
Was it the director? Was it the Kratos himself? Was it maybe your idea? I mean, I doubt it was your idea, right?
I wish I could take credit for that.
Yeah, because as far as I know, if you don't know this exact answer, I looked for it on the internet, and it said that at that time it wasn't sure how to call Atreus. He didn't have a name.
He didn't. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, he didn't have a name, so he would.
Okay,
he would
so I
just call
answered
me Boy.
my question. So I was curious if you know that, but okay, but
thank you for letting me know.
Yeah, but now you get called Boy everywhere, right? Do people call you Boy somewhere?
Oh yeah, everywhere.
How does it feel to be called
Probably gets annoying, I imagine, because so many years have passed and I mean, I know it from like, I saw the video of GTA 5 had I don't remember the guy's name, but one of the main characters of GTA 5. He
Michael
says,
Trevor.
I think the Trevor one, but he gets the same, just shouts on the streets 10 years after the game has released.
Trevor.
And he still gets bothered, and nowadays he said that people don't really want to go and take pictures. People just want to shout at him 10 years after the game has released. So I kind of think you have the similar situation with the Boy thing, no?
Yeah, I mean, I really don't mind it. Like, it's not.
You don't mind being called a boy?
No, I mean, I don't really like. Yeah,
yeah, but it's a good name, right?
Yeah, it's a good
Boy.
name. I'm gonna name my son Boy.
We'll see about that. Are you expecting a child now?
No, not anytime soon.
Okay, right. Talking about also video games or movies or TV shows, since you're in already this genre, do you think playing video games and watching video games, you see it through the other eyes? For example, you would see how people act more and stuff like that. You analyze more. Because usually people go to movies for entertainment, to just basically sit and be entertained. Do you find yourself going to the movies and analyzing the movie more?
Yeah,
or not just being there for entertainment?
Yeah, no. Honestly, movies have never been the same to me after I started, after even the first project that I worked on. Because I'm constantly... I'm not critiquing the film, but I'm just looking at it from a different perspective. Like I know how they shoot certain things, and I would also kind of envision myself as whomever they're playing. So I would kind of see how I would act that. So I'm looking at it from more of a perspective of me analyzing it.
What are your biggest pet peeves of acting? What do you cannot stand? What other actors do? Maybe some kind of mannerisms, or how they do stuff.
Probably my biggest pet peeve is you can tell, or at least I can, when someone is actually crying, or right before they did the scene, they put in someone put in eye drops for them.
Okay.
Because I can see that immediately, and I think it's so stupid.
Can you tell us the secret? Do you percentage-wise, how many actors can actually make themselves legitimately cry, and how many do drops? Because doing drops seems like a much easier way to actually be ready for the scene.
Yeah, but it doesn't. You have a different facial expression when you use the teardrops. Not teardrops, eye drops. But I don't really know how many actors use them or not. I don't know.
But it's probably more common, right, than those actors who can cry.
Well, I think that's on the top list of it's a good skill to have. Obviously, you can still, like, be an actor or whatever, and, like, not be able to cry, but I think that's the point of being an actor, like, to put yourself in that character's shoes and actually feel the moment, you know what I mean?
I also wanted to ask, because Raymond Cruz, like last hour, was talking here, and he was saying about preparation for the roles, that sometimes you have to prepare for the role for months, just set your mind to the character and stuff like that. But after you're done shooting the movie, the TV show, or maybe even the video game, is it easy for you to get out of the role and actually be yourself and not be, for example, Atreus or any other character you have the role in? I mean, do you just, go like, I'm Atreus and I'm myself?
Sometimes. I mean, it depends. I feel like with Atreus, like, I feel, I mean, sometimes when I do certain scenes, like, I can't really just, like, snap out of it. Like, I'm in in Atreus's mind, basically. But, I mean, it depends on the role. I haven't done anything like the Joker or something like that. That's like a psychological thing where it takes a toll on you. So, like, I mean, some actors kind of lose their mind. But, I haven't really, like, been stuck in a character for, like, too long. It's usually, like, within, like, a day. Like, if I do, like, a big, heavy scene or something, within that day, I'll be kind of drained and, like, in that kind of state of mind.
Because that would be the funny thing, because, if your friends want to hang out with you, do they get Sunny or do they get Atreus now that day, Which way it goes.
But Sunny, question about God of War again, coming back to the game. Well, obviously we're expecting a God of War sequel, right? Sometime in the future, someday later. I'm not asking when, but how do you think that Atreus, how he will evolve as a character in the future?
Honestly, I have no idea, because
I'm sorry to interrupt, but obviously he changed a lot from the previous God of War to God of War Ragnarok. How will he change in the future?
The only thing that I would think, I mean, Atreus is low-key, so I guess maybe he could turn into a villain in some way.
You think he becomes a villain?
Maybe, honestly, I don't know. Because there's so many routes to go.
I mean, I had this idea. Now, spoiler alerts for everybody who didn't play God of War Ragnarok. Just close your eyes, close your ears for like 30 seconds. I was sure that Kratos is gonna die in Ragnarok. Like, Kratos is gonna die in Ragnarok, and the next game actually is gonna be Atreus just going on a revenge tour or doing some stuff like that. And he did not die, to my surprise. And as I understand, we just ended the whole Norse mythology thingy, and now we're gonna move to something different. But I also would see the Atreus maybe even branching out and doing his whole thing, solo. Because God of War is Kratos, but we now have Atreus, who is a young person, a mature person who can go and have his own adventure and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think that Ragnarok was essentially a transition for Atreus to kind of, go his own path and stuff. So we'll see where they take it.
All right.
Yeah, we're curious to know what's going to happen in the future. All right, guys, so as far as I can see, our clock is ticking, and we might want to go to the questions. Anybody from the audience have any questions to Sunny about video games, movies, acting, gaming, or whatever?
There's a microphone right in the middle. You can.
Yeah, there's a microphone, guys.
Come up to the microphone and just ask away. We'll see what
questions. Are you ready for those questions?
First question is going to be, when is the God of War 3 coming out?
Hey, hello. So the question is very simple. In the video game God of War, one of the main weapons is a bow. Yeah, it's a bow. Do you know how to use bow in real life?
Actually, yeah, I do. I had to learn. Actually, no, I didn't have to learn, but I wanted to learn. I've used it once, and I actually almost shot myself with an arrow. So I haven't picked up a bow in a while.
How can you shoot yourself with a bow?
Because I was trying to get the arrow up, and then I was pointing.
And
up.
the arrow was pointed to your.
Pointing at my toe. So,
cool.
yeah. ever since then, I haven't touched the bow. But maybe I could get a lesson or something.
Thank you for the question. That was a pretty traumatic experience, when you shoot yourself with the bow, and you still have to act when you're shooting the bow.
That would have been horrible. That would have been so painful.
Yeah.
Another question. Hello.
Hey, I just wanted to ask one thing when it comes to acting in video games. You guys mentioned something about NDAs, and I know games like God of War are one of the more expensive games to make because of the audience and just in general what the companies expect to make back. Is it more risky in games like these to improvise, do something that's a bit off script because you think, oh, the producer, the director, I think I have a better vision, I'm gonna do it, on the set without consulting with him. Is it risky doing this in games like this?
Are you saying like if they were to change like the dialogue or like certain things?
Yeah, something like that.
It does depend. It depends on like how significant the line is, because one single line can like also be a big impact on like the next like 10 scenes. So they definitely do like consult with other people. There were like some voice recording sessions where I would ask to change a certain line and they really couldn't do it, but they would be talking to like 20 different people. So they are pretty specific on, every line. But there's really not much to change with it. The scripts are phenomenal. But if there are certain lines that I personally think could be better in a way, then honestly, it depends. But
thanks.
Excellent. Thank you for the question.
Thank you.
There's a line.
Hey, Sunny, Mantas here. So I'm wondering, what would be your advice for aspiring voice actors? Where should they begin? What should they do? Or anything of that sort?
I'd probably just say like, even practicing like monologues just on like your free time, or even scenes that you can reenact. But I would probably say the best advice that I have, just anything related to the acting industry of being an actor, would be to just like stay patient, because it's there's so many other people doing it, and it's easy to get discouraged because sometimes you don't have the right look, or something could be off a little bit. So it's honestly a waiting game sometimes.
All right, thanks, son.
Yeah.
Cheers. Introduce yourselves so you can say your name as well.
Okay, well, I'm Jonas. Hey, Sunny.
Hello.
I've had this interesting question. It's like, have you ever played in a game or had a role in a movie where you decided that, man, maybe I would be a better pick for it?
Yeah, I have.
Can you tell us which game?
Or movie.
Or movie, yeah.
Tom Holland, son, he's coming for your ass.
You're not gonna get in trouble, man. Don't worry.
No, I'm genuinely thinking, because there have been times where I've been like, I'm trying to remember what movie it was, but it was just me and another kid, and this other kid ended up booking it because he had brown eyes, and the parents in the movie had brown eyes, so it was more just like off the look, and I didn't book the role, and a year later I ended up watching the movie, and I was like, oh my God, he acted so bad, but I don't remember what movie it is. Or maybe I do, but I will not tell you guys.
Obviously, thanks.
Thank you.
Hello, my name's Carlos, and I have a question. Have you ever played the Batman Arkham games?
No, I haven't.
No? Highly suggested. Just so many countless hours of entertainment, and it's also, story-based, and with in Arkham Knight, there's like Robin and Batman, so there's that, connection, that, the emotional connection between two playable characters.
Yeah, between Kratos and Atreus, the similar one. Yeah,
like that,
exactly.
Well, okay. See ya.
Cheers.
Well, yeah, I'll check it out, definitely.
We're expanding your video game list, what to play, you know.
Wait, so I got The Last of Us,
You
Batman.
really have to play The Last of Us, trust me, man.
Okay.
Hello, so my name is Doris, and I have a question about skateboarding. What's your favorite skateboarding trick, and what's your least favorite?
My least favorite. My favorite skate trick is probably a tray flip, and my least favorite trick is probably a heel flip, because I was never able to do it well. Actually, no, probably a hard flip, because I've sacked my board a couple times, which is not fun.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Can you do a double kick flip?
I can, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy moly, man.
He's a serious skateboarder.
I know, but
Yeah.
double kick flip is difficult to do.
Even in video games,
Yeah.
it's difficult to do, you know? I mean, in real life, it's like incredible. Yes.
Hello, man. I'm Alex. My question about LA. How do you find living in LA, you know, being surrounded by Hollywood stars, maybe top things you like and hate about living in Los Angeles?
Well, I like living in LA because obviously there's a lot of opportunity for, acting, just in the acting world. And I just like living next to the beach. The weather is really nice out there. But probably the things that I don't like is, I don't know. Yeah, I don't really know.
Yeah, that's okay, man.
I can't. If I think of one, I'll tell you.
Okay, thank you. Wish you all the best.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you. By the way, how are the people? Friendly in LA?
Kind of.
Yeah?
It's 50-50. It
Okay.
depends on
It's 50-50, right?
Yeah.
Okay, apologies for interruption, yeah.
No worries, no worries. So my name's Daniel. It's a pleasure to hear you and see you here, Sunny. And I have a question for you in regards of that, remember you mentioned you were sitting in that wide booth reading the same words over and over, or in that heavy costumes, just wondering, like, Matrix, and you out of the Matrix. What actually kept you pushing forward? You know, what actually helped you, like, to sometimes, like, stop? Well, it's difficult, but like, what thoughts have you had during those moments? Like, what kept you like going on? Maybe sometimes or outdo your role.
It honestly depends, because sometimes, like I said earlier, I do kind of lose my mind in the booth sometimes. So I'll just tell them, like, I'll take like a 5-10 minute break. And sometimes I'll just listen to like a motivational like video on YouTube, be like, you got this. But yeah, I guess it's just the repetition. It's not necessarily me like thinking negative thoughts. But sometimes I do, because I'm like, dude, why can't I say the line a certain way? Or there's also like certain words that are like tongue twisters. And that would really piss me off, because I just couldn't get myself to say it. But I guess I would just tell myself that it's worth it in the long run. So I'll just keep that in my head.
Thank you very much. Oh, by the way, also, if I may, so can you say one tongue twister right now?
From the game? Or just in general? I have Invisalign too. So I was gonna. What is a tongue twister?
An English one.
I can't think of one from the game, because it's.
We can say a Lithuanian one, but it's gonna be hard. Lithuanian one said like, fuck it. Šešios sesės su šešiais žąsyčiais. Yeah. Maybe let's not even go to there. Yeah, but thank you for the idea.
Then, thank you very much.
Sorry.
Cheers, man.
Wait, what was
Pleasure having you.
What were you guys just saying?
There's like a tongue twist in Lithuania. Šešios žąsys su šešiais žąsyčiais. Yeah, but you have to say it very quickly. It's basically 6 ducks with six
ducklings.
6 ducklings with 6 ducks.
Something like that, yeah.
You want to try it? Šešios žąsys, šešios žąsys.
Šešios
žąsys.
žąsys
Su šešiais. Yeah, you can do it. Šešiais žąsyčiais.
Say that one more time.
Žąsyčiais. Žąsyčiais. Žaidimais.
Why can't I?
No worries, man.
The tongue twister is for me to even just try to say
We
it.
cannot act, you cannot
Say Lithuanian.
Don't worry, I'm going to come back to Lithuania. I'll speak full.
We give a round of applause to Sunny.
Yeah, thank you.
Nice. Nice try, nice try.
Hello.
That's my sister?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So hi, Sunny. I'm Olivia. I actually have two questions. If we have enough time, I would like to ask both of them. I'll start with the shorter one, I guess. If you didn't go down the path of acting, I know you were really young when you started out, but was there a dream that you had before you started acting that you saw yourself doing something else? You know, it could be like any sort of job, but did you have a dream before that?
Well, actually, the dream was to for me to become a successful actor in a sense, and skateboarding as well.
Oh,
And
so you always wanted to be an actor?
Yeah. When I was like 4 or 5, I remember watching this. I think it was like an Eddie Murphy movie where you know how he plays a bunch of like different characters and stuff. So I thought that was really cool to kind of have alternate versions of yourself. So I thought that was cool, and it was just like a form of expression. I got to be crazy and just mess around. So I thought, I mean, yeah, and that's the reason I started so early, is because, I mean, that's exactly what I wanted to do. And my parents were super supportive, so they're like, let's do it.
I'm really glad they were. So I guess that's a good transition to my next question, because I've always wondered how this process goes. How do you get not recognized, but like offered these roles as a child? Like, what is the process? Do directors come up to you? Do you go to I don't know, a theater school or something like that? How does the whole process of starting out in big projects actually happen?
The most important thing is to find an agent or a manager to where they can find you auditions, and then you just go to different auditions, meet casting directors and everything.
But do you seek out the manager?
Well, at the time I was really young, so I wasn't really like involved in that. But basically there was this, there are places to where you can go to meet managers and agencies, and you can do a monologue in front of them and show basically like your skills and your talents. And then if they like you, then you work with them. And then personally, I got most of my practice and everything with just doing the auditions, you know what I mean? And then, yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Well, good luck in your career.
Thank you.
Thank you for the question. And now, since the time is ticking, we have the last question here.
Yes. Hello.
Hello.
My name is Kaidi. I'm from Estonia, really near here. I have, by the way, my boyfriend really loved you in God of War.
Thank you.
He's shy a little bit, but he's sitting there.
Where's your boyfriend?
Where is he?
There.
There you
Hey,
go.
don't be shy, man.
There you go. There you go.
We got you.
Anyways, I'm a big fan of Stargate, also Christopher Judge. And I wanted to ask you, like, how was it to work together with Christopher Judge?
Oh, Chris is not only has he been like you know, like a father to me, like on set and offset as well. He's also helped me, you know, like develop my craft, and he has so much advice and wisdom, and the way he describes it too with his voice is like, it's more powerful too. But he's very talented, and I hope to work on more projects with him in the future. So, yeah.
Okay. Thank you. You're awesome.
Thank you. And thank you, everybody, for your questions, for your attention. Did you enjoy this conversation with Sunny?
Thank you. Once again, round of applause for Sunny, Suljic, and
Thank you, guys.
Woo! Yeah, and thank you for coming here. Thank you. Enjoy the convention.
Take care, guys.
Sunny, give a round of applause to Sunny.
Thank you guys.